Testing. Oh, whoa, whoa. Episode 5, live on Two Wheels. No, we did not. No, we did. Yes, we did it, Bo. We did it. We've made an episode where we started on time and the audio works. Right? Hold on. We're not. Hold on. Are we celebrating too early? Hold on. Did we do it? It worked. It worked. 5 episodes in. Oh my goodness. They said it would never happen. They said it would never happen.
The April Fools says we've been professionals the whole time.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. I didn't even post the Instagram story thing. I was too excited.
That's hilarious.
Oh gosh. Hold on, guys. Welcome to Live on Two Wheels. This is episode 5. I am Chase on Two Wheels. My co-host Bo is here. We are going to do a live stream real fast. Bo, tell people a story while I post this Instagram story thing.
I don't have any stories. I'm all storied out. I put 100% of my brain capacity into that video.
Oh yeah, tell people about the video that they need to go watch right now.
I was up till 1:11 morning finishing up. So the original plan, the embargo was up on the 31st.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get to post it then because as I was getting back, of course, a lot of you know, Brian was getting back, Chase and Luke were getting back. So it was just like, I was like, hey, I'm glad you enjoyed your time. So now let's edit like 13 videos all at once. It's probably low because otherwise I have to be like this, guys, like up on it. Chase could turn me up a little bit, and I can just a wee bit.
I've turned you up just a wee bit.
Yeah. So so I went home yesterday after finishing Brian's Tuono video with my laptop and the SSD, and I spent the entirety of last night editing it. And it was 1 o'clock in the morning. By the way, your wife, MVP.
And these are things I know for sure.
You married up for sure, dude.
Dude, you don't have to. I'm the last person you have to tell that to. I am.
I posted an image at the end of the night with one of the pictures that Jordan Pay took on the Indian trip, and it was 1:11, and she immediately, within 5 seconds, responded to it and like the picture, and I was like, "That's some like 1 a.m. support crew." Like, she's a good lady.
I told you, her at night, she is on like night owl status. She comes alive at night. All right, I finally got this link working. It's not wanting to work, but I'm making it. Trying to get people in here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, dude.
Almost done though. Almost done. I promise. Okay.
So, yeah, I had a lot of fun on that trip, and a lot of awesome stuff happened. There's a lot of stuff that didn't make the video because I did have some issues. Just so you know, cold weather and batteries don't get along. And
shocker!
I chugged through 3 GoPro batteries on the first leg of the ride. So.
Yeah, so, okay, everybody, we're back. Thank you, Bo, for giving us that time slot.
After this stream, everybody go watch the video.
Yeah, you guys should, so, what Bo's talking about, if you guys haven't seen the most recent video on the channel, we posted, Indian totally redid their Chief, which is a cruiser, so some of you guys might not be interested in it, but here's what I'll tell you. I watched that video that Bo did totally on his own. He got invited out to the event. He went out, filmed it, did all the editing of it. The only thing I did in that video was I set up what you got, like this setup, our little interview setup. That's all I did for him. He'd made the script and everything. And I gotta be honest, video is hype. I hope to God you get more opportunities because I want to watch more videos like that, which is cool because I got to watch it as a viewer. Because typically I have a lot to do with it. Right? But in that one, literally didn't do anything. And for it to come out as good as it did,
nice.
Yeah, I'm just trying to inflate him up, boys. But yeah, that came out today. We were going to put a Tuono video out, but YouTube did this really strange thing where, by the way, pause. This show is sponsored by Tonnet. We'll talk about Tonnet at the 30-minute mark or thereabouts. I feel like I'm bad doing the like, hey, this is a sponsor. We're gonna talk about sponsor because without sponsor, we don't get show. So that's gonna happen later. But I uploaded Brian's Tuono video, which again, Bo did a phenomenal job editing, and the thing went into pending status, and I was like, cool. We had a first ride to go film today. We went and filmed the first ride, came back, still in pending status. It was like 2 hours later. It was like, okay, cool, but Bo's video was already up and ready to go. So we didn't.
Had nothing to do with that, by the way. I just want to put that out.
Yeah. Bo didn't sabotage his other video so that his other video could do well. I don't know. All I know is we're gonna have 2 videos come out tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Hopefully everything works out. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, can we all get a clap in the chat? This is the first time in 5 episodes that everything went out right. The audio worked from the get-go and nothing messed up. Am I correct in that? I still feel like something's wrong.
Right, I'm waiting for
So somebody in the chat, I don't know who you are, but somebody said the April Fool's is going to be that we start okay, and then the audio is going to get messed up at some point in time. So we'll have to see what happens. I'm excited for it.
You guys are pros now.
Yeah, pros. Super. Use that term just be careful with that. So if you guys saw the title, today we're going to talk about electric motorcycles. Because, I mean, as much as you either want or don't want it to happen, it will eventually happen. And some cool news recently came out about motorcycling, electric motorcycling, and I think it's going to be like the thing that changes it. And I saw it coming years ago. I have proof. I brought receipts, as they say on drama channels. You can thank my wife for me watching any drama channel. Low Dead Shroom, congrats on the smooth stream.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
Thanks, man. We appreciate the pat on the back. Super chats are always super helpful to help us keep moving forward. So, Bo, I'm going to pull up our show doc because do we have any other stuff to talk about around the shop? Like last week was the crazy week of travel. We somehow made the show happen. This week, we've dealt with the craziness of having all this content and being like, how do we get this out?
Do we have anything between now and Texas?
Oh, the Get On Moto meetup.
I mean, that's a big one.
It is a big one.
That's a big one.
Yeah, tell the people about Get On Moto Fest real quick.
Well,
you'll be there. I won't be.
I'm going to be there. Brian's going to be there. I just found out there's a day dedicated to like motor vlogger meetups and stuff like that. So I'm kind of going in blind. It's just fun. This is like old school hanging out, going to meets and stuff like that. So I feel like it's going to have that kind of vibe.
Right.
I'm excited because like most of the content creators that I've been meeting at these events, these press launches, are going to be there, plus some like, ones that I haven't met yet. And I've got the freaking itch to meet and hang out with people now. So
right. Bo's been killing it on the what's it called? Where you talk with people. Networking. Wow, that word was not in the dictionary in my brain for a second.
Did you say it wasn't in the dictionary?
In my brain dictionary. That book is thin.
Oh, Doodle's gonna be there.
There you go. You can network.
Nice.
So guys, if you don't know, Revzilla, Cycle Gear, all those guys are putting on a big motorcycle meetup in May. Do we have links for all that? Can we put that in the show notes after the show?
I don't think so.
I'll find some information. I'll put it in the links, guys, so you guys can check it out. Brian's gonna go. Bo is going as a camera operator to make sure stuff gets filmed. So if you guys are interested in meeting Brian or Bo, they will be there. And I hope I'm okay to say this after our conversation earlier.
Okay.
I'm gonna cross my fingers. There may be a Tonnet meetup, and this show is sponsored by Tonnet, so I'm gonna talk about it. And we will have more information as we get it with that. So there's going to be like a smaller meetup. Doodle on a Motorcycle, thank you for the super chat. I think it's called super chat. Yeah. I'm going to call it a super chat.
It's a super chat.
It is super chat. Okay, I'm going to figure out. It's not in my dictionary yet.
She went full like department store on us.
She did go department store on us. $14.99. Thank you. We weren't worth the $15, but we almost were, plus tax. Yeah, so there's going to be multiple opportunities if you guys are in Texas to come hang out with Brian and Bo. I don't know any real details about the motovlogger thing. I know it's on Sunday, and the event is on like Saturday and Sunday. So there's a whole motovlogger thing. So if you guys want to check that out, totally recommend you going. And please be safe because the world's crazy right now.
Don't lick anything.
Don't lick anything.
Yeah.
That's a great
that's
wow.
how I live my life.
That's gonna be the best advice
either,
you give.
Is this something I can lick or not lick? That's how I live my life.
So that's what goes through your head when you're just walking around.
I see a thing and I'm like, don't lick that. That might be okay to lick.
Your brain must be so busy thinking about all the things you can and cannot lick.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, so you know what you cannot lick is a battery. So let's transition.
You can if you're brave enough.
I mean, you can. It's gonna hurt though.
Yep.
So
we're on the motorcycle news now.
We're on the yes. Okay. Transit. I was trying to transition into motorcycle news, and
no, I like ruining segues.
Yeah, please do. Okay, so first things first. I'm the realist. Let's talk about something pretty cool. So. You guys probably you've probably heard of electric motorcycles. We know electric cars are getting more and more popular. But I feel like similar to everything in the car market versus the motorcycle market, I feel like the motorcycle market kind of drags behind. You know, like the cars are the ones that kind of everybody's got them and they like lead the way. And when changes happen in the car industry, they eventually trickle to the motorcycle industry. And currently right now, Zero is the only that I can think of major company making electric motorcycles. Zero makes only electric motorcycles. Obviously, we know Harley has the Livewire, and there's a couple other like lower electric brands, or I won't say lower, maybe like lesser known.
Yeah, because those guys, the ones that are out there that are lesser known, are the ones killing it. Like Damon and Energy,
right,
are killing it, especially in like races and.
Right. Yeah, so Energica seems cool. Damon, I don't really know about Damon. We're going to look at Damon later.
They look great.
They look great?
Yeah.
I'm excited to look at them. So we're going to look at those later. But right now, we don't really have a horizon for motorcycle electrification. How about that word? I'm proud of that word. But I read an article the other day over on Revzilla's like kind of news thing.
Common thread.
Yeah. Thread? Is it Tread?
Is it Thread or Tread?
We'll find out.
I'm going to say Tread.
I like Tread. If it's not called Common Tread, it should be called Common Tread now. So the title of it was Japanese and European motorcycle companies working together on swappable battery technology. So when I heard this, I was like, that sounds familiar, because I remember doing a video with Do It With Dan and Motonosity. We were all on Zero motorcycles, and I thought I mentioned something about swappable batteries, because right now a Zero motorcycle takes a few hours to charge, whereas if you have an electric car, it takes like 30 minutes. If, you know, we're talking Teslas or something like that. And 30 minutes makes sense. I could totally see myself on a motorcycle, taking a break for 30 minutes, grabbing some food, and then continuing on my way. My current problem with electric motorcycles is they don't have great range. They perform well, but they take way too long to charge. So the taking too long to charge and the range is a major holder back of me, because I'm totally here for the electrification.
I think that's true with all EVs for me. Like, that's the only thing that keeps me from pursuing anything in EV is the battery technology. It's range anxiety and its availability of like fast charge and stuff like that.
Right.
Because without that, it's like I'm taking a short trip. That's it.
Yeah, you can't, like, what are you going to, especially, so like, I can kind of sign off on a car if it didn't have a lot of range, but you could charge it overnight or something like that, you know, because you're going to be doing that commute that you do daily. So I can totally understand that. But the thing that doesn't get translated over with motorcycle is when you're riding, you know, like if I'm going to go ride all day, like commuting to work like coming to the shop every day, no problem with an electric bike. But if I want to go ride on the weekends, which is one of the major reasons why you have a motorcycle, is so you can like, you know, we're privileged here. We have like the mountains an hour north of here. But if I wanted to go to the mountains, bruh, I would have to charge before I got to the mountain. Right. And then if I go ride spiritedly up the mountain, I'm kind of screwed.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to like, I hope this charges on the way down. It just makes no sense because these things have like 100 miles of range, or like they say 200. I haven't seen an electric bike with 200 miles range yet. But I read this.
They get those numbers from like a very controlled environment.
Right.
And real riding is much different because road condition, road elevations, things like that change. The way a person rides is different from one person to the next.
Right. If you're more aggressive.
It's always been like 30% lower than what they like roundabout.
Now that's a pretty good estimation of the difference in what they say. And also the thing that I don't understand, I mean, I get it, but when you look at the motorcycle, like the electric motorcycle range stuff, they're always like 200 miles. And then like asterisk, you have to click into like 15 windows. And then it's like, that's perfect conditions. And if you're on the highway, also that range, it's half. And I'm like, I can go 100 miles? What? That
would get me to work.
That would get you here to the shop, and then you'd be done. You're like, guys, can I charge my motorcycle? So range and charge time are our two big deal problems right now. So you're probably asking yourself, Chase, what Japanese and motorcycle or European motorcycle companies are working together to do what? Swappable battery technology, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to bring up a video from my channel of a first ride.
Yeah.
Now, I want to be clear. I'm not saying that these giant conglomerate motorcycle companies made any decisions based on my stupid YouTube video. But, and it's a big but, the internet's not. So hold on. Let me get the browser pull up. The internet it's just being like kind of funky. Okay, browser pull up, transition. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 2018. Huh? No, I did it correctly. Okay. I did it right this time. So here we have, you guys can see the date, September 7th, 2018. Just want you guys to know this. Now, I'm riding a 2018 Zero FXS first ride. I want to have the audio on so I can hear and make sure that you guys can hear what I say.
You could schedule so where you would hit each dealer.
Hold on, let me rewind it a little bit.
I like the idea of low key, like taking charge from places.
Don't do it, ad. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ugh! Hi, everyone. We're going to sit here and watch an ad real quick, and then I'm going to skip it.
Gotta pay them bills, son.
I gotta pay those bills.
I will say it's an odd sensation riding around and no engine. You know what I mean? I don't hear it.
Okay, Chase.
It's very weird. You know what would be a cool idea?
What, Chase?
If there were enough Zero dealers and you had the hot swappable version of the batteries, I don't know if it's a certain model or a certain battery, but if you had a network of Zero dealers, you could schedule so where you would hit each dealer, get a new hot swappable battery, and you'd get full charge instantly. And then they could charge the battery up on their own time and you could continue on your travel.
Oh, that's such a great idea, Chase. I wonder if that'll ever happen. Guess what? It is, baby ladies. So, baby ladies. I got excited. I said baby ladies. I don't even know what that means.
I'm fucking using that killed me.
Baby
What's
ladies.
up, baby ladies?
This is what happens when the live stream works well.
Okay.
So,
all right, baby ladies, listen up.
All right, baby ladies, listen up. So, obviously, in this situation, I was talking directly about Zero motorcycles because they're a dealership that makes nothing but, not a dealership, but they're a brand that makes nothing but electric motorcycles. So, I was talking about at a Zero dealer, in this hypothetical world, it would have to be, a standalone dealership. But you take your Zero to the Zero dealer, swap a battery out, put it in your new bike or the bike you're riding, and then ride off. But that would be only zeros to work with. So it doesn't really work outside of, that company. But that's why I got so excited when I saw the Japanese and the European motorcycle brands working together on that, because what that means is there's going to be this infrastructure of swappable batteries that are going to work on multiple different styles of motorcycles. So
I'm thinking an important distinction there is it's not just swappable. They're interchangeable between brands, so there's no like proprietary technology in them that keeps you from using one outside of another.
Right.
I think that's the most important part about it.
So that's a good distinction. Thank you for making that point. The brands, if you're wondering, and this has been announced. Now, just because it's announced doesn't mean it's going to happen. But if these brands, and you're going to hear them in a second, if these brands are working together as much to make an announcement, I feel like the likelihood of it actually happening is far better. So Honda, Yamaha, KTM, and Piaggio Group, which we found out recently Piaggio Group owns Aprilia, so that's cool. So hypothetical world, you're riding your electric R7, huh?
Yeah.
A little throwback from last episode. You're riding around
way back when 1 week ago.
Way back when the stream used to not work correctly.
So now you're putting.
So you could be riding around. Let's just say the companies aren't going to do this, but let's just pretend they're going to just electrify all the current bikes they have. You could ride around in your Honda motorcycle, roll up to this battery swap a battery out. The last bike that had that battery could have been a Yamaha. It doesn't matter because all the bikes work on the same thing. I think that alone will change the game in motorcycle electrification, honestly.
So 2 things.
Tell me the 2 things, Bo.
I'm eating cashews. 2 things. One, I do agree that that's going to be a big, huge boon towards the EV market, but battery technology has to bump up to non-rare earth materials.
I do agree with that.
So that like solid state technology needs to become better and more widely available. But this is not something new, because doing the research, we found out in Taiwan, they're already doing this for like scooters.
The battery swap stuff is already it's not even testing, right? They're like full on.
They're using it. There's stations you can roll up to and just grab one, pop it in.
Right. So I will.
So it's proven that it'll work.
It's in the process of being proven, I guess.
They're using them now. That's what I found out. Is
right.
It's been going on, and they have over 2,000 battery swapping stations.
2,000 stations.
In Taiwan.
And that's not one battery per station. So that's like thousands of batteries.
Yes.
So here's something that you bring up a good point about. Currently, battery technology is not advanced to the point where a lot of people think that if they go electric vehicle wise, that they're like saving the earth. And I think I've read enough articles saying that the materials to make batteries, both in electric cars and motorcycles, that whole process of making that vehicle is worse on the planet than sticking with your current combustion engine.
Using rare earth materials and volatile materials too. So the materials that are in batteries now with the lithium ion technology and any of the lithium based they're super reactive and explosively reactive too. That's why you see all those videos of like punctured lithiums and just violently bursting into flames. If you get rid of that and you use a material that isn't reactive in that way and is not a rare earth material, its carbon footprint is lower to produce it. It is less crappy to the environment, and it makes it more affordable for everybody, which brings the cost down, which is another big, huge like barrier of entry to EV.
Right. So that's something that I think a lot of people don't really understand, because it is easy to conceptualize that you're not driving with gas and it's electricity and that's better for the planet. But then just like your electricity coming from a renewable source? Like there's a lot of questions that kind of break that thought process up. But So I'm totally down for an electric vehicle. I have told my wife I want us to have a Tesla as our next car. I love the electric thing. The thing I'm really excited about with motorcycle battery swappable technology, if they move down that route, is the one thing that kind of worries me, and the guys in the shop and we've had this conversation many times. So let's just put me, because I'm a user case right now. The vehicle I currently have is probably going to last me a year, maybe 2 more, if I treat it really well. So the next vehicle I want is a Tesla. But there is this news of solid state batteries that is on the horizon. We don't know how long it's going to take to get here, but in my thought process is like, well, crap, I want to go ahead and get an electric car now. But what happens if I get an electric car and then a year later, this brand new technology, supposedly this solid state stuff is supposed to like charge in half the time and have like double the range and double the power. Am I relatively right?
I mean, that's a
generalization.
It's a reductive way to look at it, but yeah. The guy who won the Nobel Peace Prize for his work on lithium ion battery technology, like in the 80s, when he received the Nobel Prize in science, they asked him what he was working on next, and he said, he's like, oh, we're already working on the solid state technology. So it's like they are already in that process, and the idea is that it's a higher capacity, less a volatile material, so you don't have to worry about like certain things like puncturing, which is great for EVs because accidents. And the charge time is like a quarter of it or half of it or something like that. I forget what you said.
So
exactly.
Like it's arguably like the way electric vehicles will go. But I have that worry of like, I don't want to buy this cool new car and then it be outdated whenever that battery technology comes out. But you come over to the motorcycle side. If motorcycle manufacturers work together, make this base of a swappable battery technology, my bike is not dependent on the battery. The only thing that when solid state gets here, they just swap all the old batteries in the charging ports and they just make them the exact same size as the current ones they have, right?
Yeah. I think the EVs or the future, you're never going to get rid of combustible engines just because of enthusiasts and stuff like that. And, classism where like, the poor and, people who don't have the availability to the resources to buy new cars, they're always going to be like several generations back. And there's going to be some people that just don't want to. But it's the future of like vehicles, period. Like it has to happen. We have to be more considerate to our environment and to our health. And the companies that are in talks, so like, again, doing research on this, the 4 major Japanese manufacturers have been talking about this for years and like planning it out. But then they were like, it's too risky because not a lot of people are going to buy it because it's going to have to be expensive and the ranges and blah, blah, blah. So like it takes both consumers and the manufacturers to kind of like say, hey, okay, this needs to happen. And the interchangeable battery system is a good way to start that momentum forward so that the entire industry and consumers can start getting on board.
Right. Well, I mean, like realistically, you can't really do like pull in swappable batteries in a car, right? Like the batteries for cars are like on the bottom. So it's not like you can like just pull in and make it as easy, but for a motorcycle, it is an ideal situation.
I mean, look at the Segway that we have.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect example. You just
pop it out. Yeah.
If it breaks.
I will say, you said that internal combustion engines are never going to go away. That may be true. It's not like they're just going to disappear,
no.
But I do feel like what's going to happen is, obviously you can't tell somebody they have to get rid of their combustion engine. But if you make things like the parts for them expensive, gas for them expensive, you'll price out people to where it's actually
an enthusiast.
Will shift.
It's a hobby at that point.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those hobbies like, wow, that's expensive as hell.
Yeah.
But
so a counter to that point is that the largest problem we have with gas combustion and fossil fuels is the overconsumption of it. But if there's a large-scale adoption of renewable power sources for vehicles, then the remainder of the fossil fuels then becomes the less thought out commodity, which means there will be more of it to spread thinner across, or to fill the pool up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you're saying like basic economic theory of like price and demand, where less people want it, so the price will naturally go down. Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
But so what I'm thinking is, I think like on a government end, you're gonna have to pay more taxes.
Oh, 100%.
Like that's I think where you're gonna start seeing people get priced out, which is gonna be unfortunate, because you're gonna have people that are in a not a great financial situation and can't really afford to get a new car, and then like how many of those people are going to be able to afford to go, get an electric car or something like this? So it'll be interesting to see how that happens. But the conversation the guys and I have had around motorcycles and them going electric is it can't be the same as cars, because cars, the people that have cars have to have those cars, that you have to have a vehicle to travel around in. Very few people have to have a motorcycle. It is almost entirely a want, right?
Optional luxury.
It is an optional life luxury, yeah. So because of that, I think that's going to slow down the adoption of electricity, like electric powered vehicles. But you also have all the people that like, I mean, us too. A bike can sound really good. A lot of people really like putting that fancy exhaust on their bike, making it sound really good. Whereas if you're on an electric bike, all you hear is like, that's literally it.
Like our neighbor's drill next door.
Yeah, very subtle too, like while you're riding it and stuff like that.
So I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge somebody in the chat has already. Well, first off, we had a super chat we missed.
Oh, who did a super chat?
You can look at it.
Oh wait, I can. You showed me how to do this the other day.
Philip B. What's the first of the big 4 MC companies to come out with an electric bike? And I don't know offhand. However, I do want to mention that somebody in the chat did ask, like, "Hey, are you guys going to talk about the Triumph?"
Yes, we are going to get there.
The answer is yes. We have it in our show notes. I want to get through that quick so that we can get to the ad. We're at the
let's do the ad right now then, because
do the ad right now?
Yeah, guys, let's we're gonna pause
we're
up.
gonna rocket through that part, and then the 2 videos that we have to talk about.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna play our Taunted ad real quick, guys, and we're gonna add to the Taunted ad afterwards, because we have some interesting changes real quick. Let's play the ad. As Chase awkwardly grabs the ad, and then what's going on, guys? So real quick, I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to submit your questions for the Live on Two Wheels show using the hashtag L2W. Just as a reminder, if you guys actually submit a video and we answer your question on the show, we will be sending you a $50 Revzilla gift card or one of the other prizes that we will get from one of our other sponsors. So I've got my phone recording really quickly. First up, we're going to go to the Live on Two Wheels Club over on Tonic. So once you get into there, you guys can see somebody submitted a video of their MT-07. We're going to hit this plus icon. We're going to hit the camera icon. Take video. At that point, we're going to be here in the app. We're going to swap places. This is me actually doing it. Hey, this is me and Chase and Bo. What is your favorite motorcycle and why? Okay. And if we say use video, and then we go into this thing and we just say, who can share this post? You can put anybody. Let's do only members. Done. And at that point, I'm going to hit a check mark. Now, I'm not going to post it because I don't want to be selected to answer my own questions, but we want you guys to submit video questions so we can show them here on the show. And that's how easy it is to do that. So we look forward to getting some of y'all's video submissions over on Tonic. And without further ado, we'll go back to the show. Okay, we made it. Hey, I kept the thing muted and it still works. Okay, whatever. So thank you, Tana, for sponsoring this video in this show. So here's one thing we want to talk about, guys. With the Tonnet stuff, we are opening up the what do we even call it? The like giveaway thing that we do every episode. So previously what we were doing was you had to submit a video, but we have come to the realization that most people are not like Bo and I, very comfortable in front of a camera. So we are now opening up the questions or posts or anything like that over on Tonnet. So if you guys download the Tonnet app, I think it's only in the U.S. right now. So I know a lot of you guys are in the U.K. We've seen your comments. So now, any questions, photos, memes? Who did the? We'll show the meme later.
Cool.
Oh God, it's so good.
Cool.
So anything you guys post on Tonnet, what we're gonna do is
if you do it with the hashtag L2W.
Yes, you have to have the hashtag L2W.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do that, we will pick a post that caught our attention the most, and then if we highlight that, we will give that person a $50 Revzilla gift card. Or if we've got one of our other sponsors like Revzilla or Ruroc, Cardo, we're going to try to get some cool new stuff in here for you guys. So we're going to give away those things. We'll let you guys know at the head of the stream. So you have time. Go over to Tonnet, join our club Ontwowheels, and if you guys post in there with that hashtag, we could choose you. So thank you, Tonnet, for sponsoring.
Top link in the description of this, and there's also, you can follow me.
Oh, you're on there, Bo. They can go follow you.
Yay!
I would love if most people made Bo memes. They're my new favorite thing after you were behind me eating cashews last stream. So where were we at? What we were talking about? And clicked. So motorcycles are a luxury. Most people don't have to have them. So are you coming over here?
No.
Okay.
You sound fine.
I saw the microphone buzzing comment.
I tested, and then I.
Okay, thank you,
yep.
dude. After the April Fool's thing, I'm all sketched.
Yep.
So yeah, motorcycles, they're a luxury. I think people are going to slowly get into them. Honestly, I think if more people test rode electric motorcycles and realized how exciting they were to ride,
yeah.
I think that would change people's perspective. It is going to take a long time. It would be like, it's going to be the same as the market for fast cars, like the Hellcat or something like that.
Yep.
Those cars are not going to change for a long time. Motorcycles are going to go down the same route. You said Philip B asked, who do we think the first of the big four Japanese manufacturers? Honestly, after our episode 2 of Live on Two Wheels, it seems like Kawasaki's the only one really making big moves, right? Am I right with that? Do you know?
Which one?
Kawasaki with that, they were making some EV thing.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the only ones that I would see considering it with the R&D is Kawi or Yamaha.
Yeah, same.
For mass market, not just like one-off proof of concept.
Right.
Matt Grant.
If we're only talking the Super Chat, who's Super Chat?
Matt Grant. E-bike torque would be an instant AF. Would be instant AF for new riders. Like how they have electric smart cars beating Ferraris. Didn't the Pikes Peak race ban EV bikes from competing and had their own class created because they had an EV that was just demolishing everybody's?
Of course they did. Yeah. And so I'm pretty sure that Pikes Peak now has a electric class because
he also got an R6 even.
Ooh. Hope it didn't get stolen. Thank you for the super chat. So, yeah, of course a motorcycle wins in Pikes Peak because, like, with a combustion engine, if you travel upwards, you have less oxygen to mix with gas to blow up in the engine and make you go forward. An electric vehicle doesn't care. It's just gone. So, like, that is a super, there's no competition there. So, of course, they had to make their own class for that. But, yeah, I mean, like Bo said, I wouldn't even put Kawasaki in the group had I not seen the video of them already doing it, which I will give props to Kawasaki. I'm surprised it's them.
It's going to be the ones that have the most R&D money to spend. Like, really, like Honda focuses mostly on their race teams.
Yeah.
And EVs are great for racing, and concepting bikes for the street off of race platforms is quite common, but all Honda street bikes pretty much underperform to their competitors. That's just the way it is.
Right.
From sheer numbers, but Cowie and Yamaha often do weird things for the consumer market just to flex, like the Nikon. You know what I mean?
Well, so yeah, and Kawasaki has their like, hey, let's make an H2,
right,
for no apparent reason,
and put it out into the world, the consumer world. And so I think that those guys would be more likely to. So I'm not surprised that Cowie was doing it, I'll be honest.
So if previous to that episode we made, I would have totally said Yamaha, just because like Yamaha's in this odd game of like, they, in my personal opinion, they're leading the market, yet they keep innovating the market. You know what I mean? I would have put it on Yamaha, and I haven't heard anything from my Yamaha guy, so I'll be interested to see like down the road who the next guy is. But like Honda is such a holy crap. Pause. I just pulled this up. Hold on, guys. We're trying to make it so I can see.
He can't see.
I can't really see. Oh, the react. So that wasn't working a second ago, though.
Look, man.
Well, hey, whatever. We got it figured out.
Question it.
I should have had this up earlier. So, for one, our buddy Dan, thank you for the super chat. What about the electric Isle of Man you seen? I have not. Bo, can you find a link to that? Because I would love to look at that on stream.
Jamie, look up that video on that.
But Bo's name, if I'm asking him to look up a link, is Jamie. Otherwise, it's Bo. Joshua French Chase, give me this $5 back when you come back. Josh, the guy who was calling last stream. Call again. See what happens. Just kidding, Josh. I love you. I'll give you that $5 back when I come back to Mountain. Minus taxes that I have to pay on it. So, Yamaha leading the group. I feel like that's who would have done it. But here's my thing. Here's why I would have put it on Yamaha or Honda. Honda is such a big company. They're already making electric cars. So they have R&D development in that market already. Granted, car electric is different than bike electric, but you know what I mean, right? Matt Grant's like, I'm going to do multiple.
I'm bringing it back.
I'm bringing it back.
All right, I found a video. I put it in the show notes.
Okay.
It's from their TT Races official YouTube.
Okay. So we'll add that to the videos that we'll watch towards the end.
So we got to be mindful of our time now.
We're going to wrap this up. So Matt Grant,
do first.
Yes, hold on. Matt Grant, thank you for the super chat. Yamaha R7. Anyone, bro? I am here for it. Watch last episode if you haven't yet. We talked a lot about the R7. What are you saying, Bo?
I want to hit the Triumph real quick. Hey, Jamie, can you bring up that picture?
Oh, wait, so is Jamie just the guy that has to do something?
To look it up, yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, let me bring up the Triumph thing real quick. And we can talk really quick about the Triumph thing because I just want
to briefly touch on it because there's not a lot of information.
Right.
But there was a little bit that they were talking about that I thought was interesting. It got you an eyebrow raised.
Right. So we've got the Triumph page brought up right now. So this was the other article we were going to talk about, and we're just going to like breeze through it really quickly. So these updates to Triumph, I saw this on Instagram a little while back ago. Triumph is making,
that thing looks good.
It looks so good, but Triumph does
just the concept sketches.
Yes, these are concepts. We don't know what this will look like in the end. This is not a concept sketch though. This is an actual a frame, some sort of. I assume this is the battery
brain,
and
the brain and I believe. In the ECU and the controller are on the back half of it,
right?
And the battery controller on the top half.
Gotcha. Okay, very interesting. What is this?
That's part of the battery.
That is nuts, dude. So obviously, what Triumph's doing is taking their street triple / speed triple.
Scroll up just a little bit because there was the thing that got you, the amount of power it makes. At the weight that engine just
So guys, I was looking over our show notes because Bo had made like highlighted points. The motor produces nearly 180 horsepower but weighs 20 freaking pounds. That is literally less than my left thigh, probably. I haven't weighed my thigh, but if I would imagine my thigh weighs more than this 180 horsepower
That's super
motor.
Light for a motor.
I don't. Keep in mind the battery's going to be heavy.
Right,
the battery is going to be heavy. Like that'll be
but like just an electric motor that produces that much power in order to produce that much power. I mean, that's pretty light.
That is absolutely insane. And by the way, guys, if you guys want to see links to the articles we're bringing up in the show notes, they should already be there. If they're not here, we'll make sure they're there.
So we have a couple of right. We'll have a couple of videos in the links. So we want to make sure that you guys have the resources to check that out. It's interesting to look at. Do you want to actually go through the 2 videos we found, or do you just want to like talk about first link?
Yeah, let's do that. First off, I do want to keep in mind when we were talking about the this electric speed triple. It's not a triple, because the triple, like the speed triple and the street
speed.
Triple, yeah, it's just a speed or a street. The street, no, it'll be the street E and the speed E. Yeah. The speed E. Oh my God, yes.
You
Triumph.
Were a noodle.
Triumph. Call it the Speedy. I love it. I won't buy it, but like I'll think about it. You know what I mean? Because it's adorable. Okay. I'm gonna go off of this really quick so I can bring up the show notes, and we'll talk about the videos real quick. So, Bo, tell people about this Damon stuff while I pull the link up.
So when we were looking up the information for, I think it was episode 1 where we talked about EVs a little bit, I had heard the name of Damon Motorcycles years ago.
This is Damon.
Yes.
Oh.
As soon as you saw it, you recognized
yes.
it.
Okay.
It looks great. And they have been they've been doing this for a while. So
yeah, so guys, I'm pulling this up super fast. We'll pop back over here. Boom. So our buddy 650 Ebe, who somehow has his hands in all of the shit, stuff, crap. So he's at some like motorcycle show. Hold on. If you guys are on Instagram, you will have seen this.
He goes through and he's talking with a lot of the people. It's a good video. It's got a lot of information on it.
This is an ad for something that I clearly need. Oh wait, I thought it was a scooter. I don't want a stand-up scooter. I don't know what the audio is on this, guys, so if it's bad, we'll fix it. What? Bro, it transforms?
Yeah. It like fits. You like have these mode things, and you get on it, and it puts the things where you need them: the seat height, the handlebars, the pullback, the rear sets. It's like one of them fancy BMWs with you hit your button and it just puts you back where you were.
I just conveniently paused the video in a really good time. Yeah. Okay.
Pretty cool.
I did not know. I'm going to mute the video for a second. I did not know that these did that.
Yeah.
So a mode is not just like a motorcycle change.
Yeah.
It is like a motorcycle change.
Yeah. You basically you're fitting the bike to each rider.
Right.
And Jason said, this is the only video I've ever seen. Every time I see a video on Damon, it's always the one showing the ride fit thing.
Dude, they got VR on the actual bike.
I'm down.
Oh my goodness. So this is what they're touting over here. You guys can see all electric
Decepticon though.
Bro, I'm okay with it. I'm totally okay with it. 200 horsepower, 200 miles per hour, 200-mile range. Dude, give me 125 miles per hour at 300 range.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why are we trying to go? I mean, I get it, 200, 200, 200. But
they're one of the companies I was talking about where their pedigree is like putting their stuff in like races.
Right. Oh, okay. So I guess in the situation
like Energica, I believe, does a lot of stuff with it. Damon does a lot of stuff with like the E-Leagues, things like that. Same with what was it? Whatever.
Not sure.
It was like an Impulse was the name of the bike, and I forget the brand name. But like all of those guys like had their feet in the E-Leagues, and then that's how they're developing all of the EV for like electric motorcycles and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm totally here for this electric stuff. I will miss the cool sounds, but I mean, dude, look at this. Can you imagine how fun this would be to ride? Like not. I mean,
What?
obviously the bike, yes, but like, dude, the machine that's sitting.
Oh man, that's pulling on my VR heartstrings.
Dude, did you ever play those games at like the arcades
Game
where you sit
Busters?
on the bike and
Yes.
then it just falls to the side?
Yeah, you always have
Bro.
to put your legs out on the
If I went to an arcade that had these, I would never leave. Oh my god, that looks so fun. Damon Motorcycles, if you're watching, please get in contact with us. We will make such a cool video for you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well,
Okay.
Speaking of cool video,
Speaking of cool videos, yes, we have another one, right?
this one is from a YouTuber. You can bring that up. And this was
This is the YouTube link at the bottom.
right. And somebody in the chat was like, "Hey, what about this guy?" And
This is so tell people why we chose
it's
this
New
specific
Zero
person.
Land. Well, first off, the name was awesome. But secondly, all of his stuff was pretty much EV focused. And the first video I pulled up was the one that we're about to play. And if you know anything about us, we love good content, and we love when people take the time to make
Right.
cinematic goodness.
We do appreciate a good vid, as they say. So we wanted to stay on brand. We knew that we were going to be talking about electric stuff today, and then Bo pulls this guy out of nowhere, New Zero Land. You guys check this out. Hopefully you guys can hear it well. Watch this thing come through.
Yeah.
So legit.
I mean, he tears it up on this too.
That noise, dude. Oh my goodness.
It's so cool. And that's I think he has the Energica Ego.
I didn't know you could buy that thing.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And he makes a lot of content, and I've watched through a lot of those videos doing research for it, just to make sure, like, you know, it was on point with the topic of it.
Right.
Almost all of his stuff is focused on that. Like, you know, track riding, drag racing, like...
You mean destroying combustion engines?
Yeah, destroying combustion engines. Stuff.
So,
Yeah, he's good.
so guys, the video we're showing you is just one of the more cinematic videos that we found, but
He does also like more like some motovlog stuff too, but on e-bikes.
yeah, which is pretty cool. It's pretty rare for right now, dude. I'm so jealous of this Energica thing. Do we know the stats on the Energica thing?
No.
Jamie, can you look up those stats?
Jamie doesn't have time to look up.
You've got 8 minutes, Jamie. Go.
Oh my god.
Look at that. He's got follow car footage, or like this looks like follow bike footage. Honestly. Yeah, it's the sport bike version is the one I'm curious about. You got this, Jamie. I believe in you.
Okay.
Chad, give Jamie some hype.
No. All right. So
No.
we got. All right. So a bunch of numbers in metric, man. All right. So I'm just gonna say you guys can do the freaking math because I'm not worried about it.
Somebody in the chat, do the math for Jamie.
All right. Range 130 to 190 kilometers. Top speed 245 kilometers per hour. Power 107 kilowatt. Kilowatts. Torque is 200 newton meters, and I think the newton meters is roughly the same if I remember correctly. Yeah, so that's it. Its transmission is electric with park assist, flow, reverse, and forward.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Dude, that's awesome.
That's like Goldwing stuff, right?
That's definitely Goldwing stuff.
Huh.
That's awesome.
So here's the thing that I'm watching this because I've ridden
And
a
they
couple.
are the world's first street legal electric Italian sport motorcycle.
Italian. Got it. Freaking biscotti boys over there making their beautiful motorcycles
Been
that are
out
probably.
since 2015.
What?
Yeah.
Why are-
143 horsepower. It's got an 80-mile range.
Oh.
Yep, that's not good, but
Oh.
you know,
Well, when was? Are you looking at updated
F-ton
numbers?
of torque apparently.
Say what?
F-ton of
Oh, F-ton. because
quantifiably
that's
F-ton.
Metric numbers again. Gosh, see, that's the thing. It's 80 miles of range. There had to be something in there. Guys, side note, if you guys want to see more of this new Zero Land guy, we'll have a link in the show notes as well, so you guys can go check him out if you guys are interested in a pro rider with charged up knee downs. But one of the things I'm pretty interested in with the electrification is the electric bikes I've ridden. I've never ridden one that felt really smooth power-wise because they have so much power. I, as a rider, if I was going to go do like a track day, I would kind of be worried about an electric bike because, you know, you have so much torque at your fingertips. You twist it a little too much, dude, you when you're leaned way over on a bike, you can't have a lot of things happen because if it upsets the bike, you're going to go off the road or off the track or something like that. So, okay. Mm-hmm. Ah. Okay, so I will not comment. Wait, can we just do that?
Want to do it?
We've only got 4 minutes left, and I talk a lot.
That's
so.
fine.
Okay. You tell people who what.
All right. So we got. We're gonna do the question. There's a couple of them on Tonnet. This one is just too good, and just fits in perfectly. So, Krishna. Is there currently an electric motorcycle that is beginner friendly considering the instant torque in EVs? I would say yes.
Oh, what?
Because even though almost all of the EVs are instant torque, the Zero Supermoto
FXS?
Yes. It's not as crazy as like their top end one.
I agree.
Just the amount of power that motor is putting out in whatever they use to measure that, I know that motor is not as powerful as their big boy bikes. I've ridden the Supermoto.
That one?
While it was insane compared to any other Supermoto, like that's probably the lowest entry into.
Well, so yeah, I definitely do agree because, you know, when we're talking about, or for one, thank you for the question. You said Krishna?
Yeah.
What a cool name.
Yeah.
Dude, if my name was Krishna, I would weigh way less and I would be just buff all the time.
Dude, his picture, man. Look at this.
Oh god.
No, look at this.
It is ours. Okay, fair. So, you know, just a couple of things that we always kind of look for when we're talking about beginner motorcycles or bikes that would be good for some new rider to get into. Low seat height is something we look for. Low weight because, you know, you're not used to balancing and stuff like that. So if you do tip over a little bit, we want a bike that you're able to like catch yourself with. And then power, obviously, we don't want somebody getting on a motorcycle that has a ton of power. I do agree with both. What we have on the screen right here is the Zero FXS. This is from 2018. I believe they do still have this model. But the thing about electric bikes is everything is driven by a computer, right? So I don't remember if that bike had modes or not, but if Zero, like, that's literally like a firmware update.
Yeah, Ranger Maverick makes a good point due to the digital nature of the ECU and the battery controllers and stuff on EVs. You can pretty much, there's infinite possibilities of tunes. So you don't have to worry about air-fuel mixtures like you do in a combustion engine to get the tune right. It is pretty much just like a power curve, and you can make it to whatever you need. So you could literally dump like 80% of the power out the window on the lowest mode.
Can you imagine? So check this out. You know how like when you're editing a photo in Photoshop, you have the curves that you just drag around? Imagine you have your Zero motorcycle, whatever motorcycle, you have an app for your bike, and you have a box, and there's a dot, and there's a dot at the top. And you just drag those dots around and create dots to be like, I want lots of power, and then I want it to taper off. So you could literally customize with an app your own bike.
Some EV companies that make like DIY stuff for like electric dirt bikes and like small like recreational vehicles have apps like that for their control unit.
That's
you can
that's
basically build your own curve.
So I feel like if and when the motorcycle electrification gets here, that'll be the new school, like, I'm hacking my system or I'm customizing my stuff. Most people will like download the default modes, but then if you're really into it, you get in and do your own modes. So thank you for the question, Krishna. We will be in contact with you to get you $50 Revzilla gift card.
Yeah, I already sent him a message on Tonnet.
There you go.
You're
done.
the big wiener.
Well, there's that. So guys, that's all for us. We're gonna wrap up now. This felt good. We actually made it. We got everything done on time. Like,
not a single fuck up.
well, there's that. That's the first F-bomb in 5 episodes, and it was by you. How's that feel?
You said something earlier.
I said an S, not an F. That was the F-bomb. You dropped the first F-bomb, which is really, it makes me really happy.
Little Dead Shroom, congrats on the first live success. Here's 5. Buy Oreo some treats.
Oh, I will totally buy Oreo some treats. Thank you for the super chat. You guys are crazy with the super chats. I love you guys a long time. So yeah, that was a good stream.
We did it, boys.
We did it, boys. Now, will that happen next week? Oh no. We're gonna have to find out.
It's just you're gonna turn on the camera and it's just gonna be flames.
Just me and you running back and forth. Everything's bad. Oh my god. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for Live on Two Wheels episode 5. We look forward to having a semi-successful episode 6 next week. If you guys don't know, we post, we're live 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday night. And we are now on Spotify officially. So if you guys go over to Spotify and you search Live on Two Wheels, you can actually listen to this podcast. And also, Krishna Kumar, $5. Fucking, oh, shit. Dang it. Thank you for the super chat, son of a bitch. So if you guys want to listen to us over there, if you're driving, you can't catch the live streams, the audio over there on the podcast is legit, because like we're recording this right now and the audio coming out to you guys is probably good, but it's great over there. Low key, I've listened to it a couple times and it's like, bruh, I don't sound bad. I'm down for this. So yeah, that's all we got, guys. We will see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for the super chats. We love you guys long time, and I'm gonna play an outro now. We'll see you guys next week.
Yay!
Everybody go watch Bo's video, because it's legit.
Please
even if you don't like cruisers, you should watch Bo's video.
You know, watch it and be kind.
No, be honest.
Yeah, be honest.
Yeah, we can say that. We only can say that because we know that video is legit. So we don't have. We feel good about it, so we don't have to say anything. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Later.